folks? Do you like my headband? Got that straight from Korea. So don't be distracted by it. Anyways, today was a really good day. We planted our garden. Got tomatoes, cucumbers, hot peppers, bunch of plants, stuff like that. So that was good. Felt really good to be outside. We've been trying to plant a garden for about 8 years now. We've just never, it's never been the right time, never been the right place, but we actually committed to it this year, and it felt really good to do that. I'm excited. I can't wait to eat some fresh tomatoes. Um, yeah. Anyway, so today I want to talk about confrontation. This is something that I try to avoid at all costs. I absolutely hate confrontation. It stresses me to no end. It makes me feel super uneasy. I never know how to do it well. Um, I I would say I usually lean more towards and not defending myself if I need to, not knowing like what I can defend and what I can't. Typically, I usually this is what happens. If I have to, or if confrontation happens or something, usually if I speak up, then I end up immediately feeling guilty. Like if somebody responds back and it's just like, oh yeah, I must have been doing something wrong. So maybe I shouldn't have spoken up. Maybe maybe that person's right and I was wrong and they didn't do anything and whatever the case may be. There are very few times where I have walked away from a confrontation saying like, you know what, like I had to do that. That needed to be said, and I was right. Not 100% obviously, because in any confrontation there's always two sides to the story. There's always fault on both parties. But what I mean is where I walk away saying what I've said, bringing this up and trying to deal with this was the right thing to do, and the things that I admitted were wrong and the things that I admitted that I did right, that in fact was true. So that does not happen often. Usually I walk away feeling like, oh shit, like, did I do something wrong? Maybe they're right. Yeah, and I feel guilty. And sometimes I'll even go back and apologize and just cower. And yeah, it doesn't turn out so well. But Ariana actually like has helped me a lot in speaking up and defending myself, and she's kind of coached me a lot in the years that we've been together to really stand up for myself when the time is right. She's definitely leans the opposite end where she'll be very confrontational if she needs to be, and yeah, so it's really good where she can kind of help me. But yeah, confrontation. I hate confrontation. Avoid it at all costs. But I am learning that there are times when you just have to bring it up and you need to confront somebody or something and deal with the issue and stand up for yourself and don't cower, don't back down, be respectful, be kindful, but don't back down, and stand for what you believe, stand for what you think is right, and just press forward. But yeah, I hate it. It stresses me. It makes me anxious. It makes me feel guilty. It makes me feel wrong. Um, but yeah, so confrontation. That's I think I would imagine a lot of people feel that same way. I don't think anybody really enjoys confrontation. Maybe there are some people who actively look for it, but I don't think anybody actually enjoys it. And maybe that's just because we're never taught how to confront, right? Like we grow up and a lot of times I think like as parents you just try to stop the confrontation, get it over with, and it's so much easier just like stop fighting, just stop fighting, and then as a child you never learn like how do you deal with confrontation and how do you have these hard conversations and how do you deal when somebody's acting in a way that is offensive and hurtful to you. We never learn these things as kids because it is really hard trying to sit down two kids and talk them through the confrontation to figure out the language to use to get them to understand the other person and have empathy. We try as much as we can as parents to do it. My wife and I, we definitely do not do it like nearly enough. Usually it's just like, just stop fighting, be kind, just stop fighting, because you just want to end it, because it just adds such turmoil to the situation. And I think we just grow up and throughout high school, and then we go into the workplace, and we just never really learn how to have these hard conversations with people. Yet it's like the most important thing we could do for our relationships, to grow them, to have healthy relationships. And at work, it helps us to do greater things, because we can learn to have these conversations, and we can learn to deal with some heavy emotions. So yeah, so like confrontation, we really need to learn how to do this, but I hate it. Yeah, absolutely. Anyways, that's all I got. It was a long day. It is late now, so I'm gonna go relax for half an hour before bed. All right. Good night. Take care.